And welcome back, students. Once again, we're going to pick right up where we kind of left off with talking about some of the different CSS techniques. So in here, let's go ahead and do some of those different things. So I realized that when we did this, we didn't really talk about any of the tags for those things. But all you really need to remember when you're adding in CSS tags is just the name of the HTML element, followed by curly brackets. Now, if we actually want to look at what the different codes are, for example, we did background color, which sets the background color. We did color, which sets the text color. And we've also done a text align. Which of course aligns the text. Alright, so let's jump into our new one for today, and let's focus on some new CSS codes that we're going to be doing. So for today, what I want to start off with is being able to use a background image. So up to this point, we've done background colors. So let's do a background image. Now you can do a background image for, it doesn't have to be just the body, it can be for the whole web page. So for this one, I want to do the background body. So I want to control this here and also this here. So I'm going to replace Alice Blue here with a image. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to start typing background dash, and you can see I get the choice of image. All right, and what we want to do is put in an image. Now I'm just going to scroll down to URL, right, and click browse, and it's going to ask me to try and find an image. Now again, like before, we want to make sure that that image is coming out of the same place. So I'm just going to look for one. Let's see if I have a, maybe we want to use one of our things from before. So I'm going to use the backdrop.jpg here, so I'm going to copy that, put it into my web design folder here, and back in here, let's go ahead and grab backdrop.jpg, click OK, and you can see that it has added that as the background of my web page. Pretty easy. Now, what I will want to do after this is nothing. That's it. Unless I want to do one of two things, which is I can set some properties to this. So, for example, if I go back and do my background dash image, we can see that we have repeating options in here and stuff like that. Or I can even say background dash position, and I get the option to position that background. So I can use a set position command here, and I can make it center, left, top, right. So for this one, I want to make it centered. Right? And so what it does, it takes inputs the center of that image respect to the web page. Otherwise, it takes the very top of the image and puts it on the web page. Okay? So there's that one. If I wanted this to maybe be top, it kind of takes it and puts it along the very top of the web page. And that still looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave that one right there. And I can also come in and do background dash. You can see we have a bunch of different other ones. The one I want to look at right now is repeat. So background repeat is when, let's say you have a really small image and you want it to tile across your web page, so you want to have a repeat. Here's how you can come in and do that. Now, because I have a really large image, I don't necessarily need to do this, but I can give it the no repeat tag, which means that the image will only appear once. Now, if I say repeat X, that means it's going to go, it's going to repeat left to right. If I say repeat Y, that means it will repeat up and down. If I give it both repeat X and repeat Y, that means it will tile both left and right, and as well as up and down. So for this one, I'm just going to leave it as no repeat. So let me just add those into our CSS bank here. So background dash position. This sets the position of the image. And then we also have background dash repeat, which controls the tiling of an image. All right, next thing, let's go and look at our text here. So with paragraph before, we did a text aligns to center. We can also, of course, we change the color, which we've done before. We just do color. Now, one thing we haven't really done is a text transformation. So if I do a text transform, in here I can go ahead and choose how I want that to be. I can do capitalize, full width, inherit, lowercase, uppercase. So maybe I want this one to be, for example, capitalized. And what that does is takes every word in that paragraph and capitalizes it. So text transform applies a transformation such as uppercase or lowercase. Okay. Let's also go ahead and look at one other thing, which is using the font family. So it, by default, you get kind of a default style put to it. So I'm going to go down to font family, and in here I can choose pretty much what font I want it to be. So for example, if I want my text to be, let's say, Helvetica, I can do that, and you can see that it has changed the font now to be Helvetica. If I want it to be Calibri, I can apply that as well. So this is a real quick and easy way for me to come in and change what the font is just by using the font family command. Let's just go ahead and leave this one. Let's just do, looking at these lists of fonts they're giving me here for suggestions. Well, Cambria. Let's see how that looks. All right, so we're going to leave it as Cambria. And so in here, font dash family sets the font for text. Okay. That's done. And that's really kind of about it here, folks, for today. Again, you're going to have another exercise. We're going to be applying some of these different techniques. So hopefully this is giving you a few more tools to make a more dynamic and interesting web page. Until next time.